Hello, good people of the Intelligent Thoughts multiverse. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's Wednesday. It's actually Wednesday morning, March the 22. I'm sitting here in Boise as usual, chilling out, ready to do a podcast or two or three here in the early morning go. Got me some essentials to help me get my way through the podcast, maybe a little coffee, maybe a little other things. But before that, let's talk about how shitty I was yesterday, man. I thought I was going to be dope yesterday, telling you not to take this, telling you that the Detroit was a lock-ish over, not a lock, but I mean, I told you to take that game. They lost by 2 motherfucking points. Brooke Lopez hits a game-winning shot. I'm wrong on that one. Fuck. I'm going to recap real quickly these ones. How about that overtime, Toronto over Chicago, DeRozan 42-8. That was great. Miami, that plus 700 didn't work out. Miami wins by 15 points, but that's still a good bet, man. I'm fucking hold on to that bet for sure, for sure. You telling me a plus 700 ain't a good bet? You're fucking high. Yeah. Alrighty. Pelicans, man, great game. 41-17 from Boogie. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies by 13, and I think they were down like by 10 in the first half. Good game there. Much needed game for both teams, really. Memphis was hot. The one game I got right, Golden State was a 5-point favorite over Dallas. They win by 25. Is that right? 12, 30, 25 points. That one I saw coming from a miggity mile away. I told you to lay off the Spurs and Minnesota because I couldn't tell. I thought the Spurs would probably win. They win by 7. Man, I told you to take Portland at home. I said minus 4.5. Thank God I told you to take the spread because they lose the money line game. They lose by 3 at home. Middleton with 26, Antetokounmpo with 22, and a bunch of players with somewhere between 6 and 8. The exact opposite for Portland, man. Portland, D-Lil, 31 points. McCollum, 21 points. 2 dudes with 11, and then nobody else with anything. So fucking kind of the exact opposite of teams there. And then the final game of the night. Damn it, my Michael Phelps poster just fell in. Good game with the Clippers, Lakers. Told you if the Clippers didn't take the night before, I would tell you to take the minus 9.5 points. They win by 24. I didn't want that minus 500 because I thought that was a little bit steep. It would have paid out for you, but I don't regret not taking that one. So that's a recap of yesterday's shit. We're going to have, what do we have? 8 games on Wednesday, March 22 in the NBA today. A few good ones. We'll talk about those in a second. And now that we only have 16 college basketball teams left in the national championship hunt, we're going to talk about those games too because those are going to be a little easier for me to pick and at least a little more interesting to talk about. We'll get to that at the end. But right now, let's do some NBA talk. All right, starting with some East Coast shit. First game of the evening, we have the Charlotte Hornets going to Orlando to take on the Orlando Magic, surprisingly, in Orlando. Let's see here. It's pretty much what you think. Briante Weber is signed by a 10-day contract, signed a 10-day contract for the Hornets, averaging 4 points per game during that stretch. Charlotte, they are playing pretty well. Won back-to-back games. I wouldn't call that playing well. 3.5 games out of the playoffs. And look at this, just like I said a couple of weeks ago, the 7 and 8 seed is now not Detroit and Chicago. It's Milwaukee and Miami, just like I said. Detroit is now a game and a half behind for 7, a game behind for 8. Not looking good here. Enough about that. Let's talk about Charlotte and Orlando. Charlotte coming into minus 5.5, minus 5.5 favorite and a minus 240 on the money line. I hate Charlotte away from home, so I'm going to say don't touch it. I don't like Orlando's team at all. I like Gordon. I like Elfrid Payton. Neither of them are as good as Kemba Walker. But that's just what I'm saying. Don't touch that game there. It's an easy game for either team to fucking not even show up. Pretty rough NBA game, actually. Alrighty. Move on. Scooch on. What's the next game? Number 6 seed, Indiana Pacers at the number 2 seed, Boston Celtics. Let's look at a matchup here. I think the Celtics have won 11 of their last 12 home games, including that win over Washington the other day with the Isaiah return. That was somewhat easy to call. What else do we have here? Isaiah, of course, is playing. He's back. Yada, yada. All right. So basically what I'm thinking here, obviously, is the Celtics are going to be a massive favorite. 11 of your last 12 games that you played at home, you have won. You're the better team for sure. You have the better player, for most likely. Some people might claim that Paul George is better, but I would rather have Isaiah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the money line here. Well, not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. We have 7-point favorite. I thought it was going to be like 9.5. 7-point favorite, Boston Celtics. Kind of like it. Don't love it. They don't crush teams usually, but they do almost always win. Money line 300. Minus 300, plus 250 for Indiana. So do I think there's 1 in a 2.5 chance that Indiana will win the game? No, I don't. Give me... And even that's not even a real accurate representation. Those are stupid-ass analytics. The truth of the matter is, the money line doesn't... It only means shit if you lose as a favorite, and it only means shit if you win as an underdog. Otherwise, it don't mean a fucking thing. You win or lose your $1 or your 1 unit. So what does that mean for me? As long as baby Isaiah plays, the Celtics are going to win this game. That means get your dollar, bet your minus 300, get your fucking dollar out of there. And keep on keeping on. All right, we move on to a game between two teams we just talked about, the 9th and the 10th seed, Detroit at Chicago. Detroit on the road, 1.5-point favorites. A little bit surprising there. Let me click on this preview to make sure. And Detroit just played last night. They have the slightly better team. The Bulls have by far the better player, the best player. Let's see. And they just played last night and almost won too. They allowed 34 points in the fourth quarter. They had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter. Damn. This one's a hard one to call. I hate it. I think that the Bulls are probably going to win. I thought that the Bulls should be a 1.5 to a 2-point favorite. It's the other way around. So my analytical side is saying that there is value in the Bulls plus 1.5. But I don't know who the fuck is going to show up. They are at home too. That's why I like them. I mean, that's if they were on the road, I would say the exact opposite. Stay away from the game, though. I do think that 1.5 has decent value, but just stay away from the game. It'll be a good game to watch, though, and maybe one of those teams can crawl back into the playoff brackets here. Moving on up. So we have the Philadelphia 76ers going to Oklahoma City to take on Westbrook and the Thunder. I expect the Thunder to win this game. Let's take a look at the spread. Not a whole lot of chit-chat, and that's at 11.5. Okay, so they're an 11.5-point favorite. I don't hate it. The money line at a minus 765 I do not like at all. But I think it's so likely that they're going to win the... do I? Jesus Christ. Give me a second to think. Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead and take minus 765. I'm a guy who used to do big money lines a lot just because, like I just said, it only matters if you lose, if you're going to lose your $7. Otherwise, it's almost a guarantee you're going to win one. You be smart on these. I don't think this spread should be this big. It should be a 500, but I'm going to take Oklahoma City minus 765. Woo! Boston minus 300. Woo! I'm giving away a lot of money to make some, but at least I'm trying. That should be an interesting game, though. Let us move on. On ESPN tonight, we have a battle of 5 and 3 seeds. Atlanta Hawks going to to Washington to play the Washington Wizards. Paul Millsap's going to miss his 3rd straight game. Washington is very good at home. The Hawks are 0-5 without Millsap this season. Let's look at how streaky these teams have been in the last couple of days here. Let's push the fucking standings button, Jesus. Yeah, Atlanta has lost 4 straight basketball games. Washington has lost back-to-back basketball games. Only a half game in front of Toronto right now, which is kind of weird. They were in second place like a week and a half ago, and now they're 2.5 games behind Boston for that point. I believe that Washington is the clear favorite in this game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the spread. -7, Washington, -7. I like that. -300, I like that even more. Give me that. Damn, we're going heavy money line all day, but we're going to make a couple fucking dollars doing so. Ooh, it scares me to take 3 big money lines. You know what you could do, honestly, seeing as you would lose money anyway with these 3 big money lines. Let me look and see if there's any other money lines I like just off the top. Let's just actually talk about these 3. We'll call that even. Take them as a teaser to where you need all 3 because even if you lose one of these, you're going to lose the same amount of money because of how, like, for example, if Indiana upsets Boston, you're going to lose 3 units. And you can only make up 2. So, like, you're already going to be down if you lose any of these. I like the idea of combining them in some sort of a teaser situation to get those odds to come back down and maybe get yourself something like easy money. The Celtics at home, the Wizards at home, and then Oklahoma City. I think that's a good teaser trio there. Go ahead and take that shit, actually. Or the money lines in general, however you feel most comfortable. I obviously am looking for the dollar a little bit on the back end. Alrighty, 3 games left. Defending champion Cleveland Cavaliers going to Denver, a place that's not been easy to play basketball to take on the Nugs. Nuggets are, a full game above Portland right now for the 8th spot. Portland's going to play 9 of its final 12 games at home. Denver's going to play 8 of its last 12 on the road. This is going to be a must-win for the Nuggets, I believe. I don't think that let's see. So Gallinari and Wilson Chandler could return after missing 3 to 4 games each. Not for sure on that at all. Let's see how. So Korver could play today. Not a guarantee either. Damn. Fucking Tristan Thompson had his teeth knocked backwards by my boy Julius Randle's elbow on Sunday, and now Thompson has fucking braces. How about that? It says that he should play, though, which will make his consecutive game streak 440 straight games. That's a pretty exceptional statistic there for Mr. Tristan Thompson. Basically, as long as LeBron and Kyrie and everything are playing, and it looks like that's the case, I expect Cleveland to be favored here. -150, I like that a lot. Ooh, I like that a lot. What's the spread? What the fuck did I push? Come on, cuz. Yeah, Cleveland is a 3-point favorite or a -150. I say take the 150 and just assume if Gallinari and Wilson Chandler don't play, then I think that the Cavaliers should be a higher. It should be like a 240 or something like that. It should be like a 5-point spread. So, go ahead and take Cleveland Cavaliers on that one. I say that one's low enough, though, that you don't add that to your teaser because that one's pretty much just a straight-up game, and I don't think the money is that big that you're going to have to give it away. So just go ahead and take that. Tease the other 3 together. Tease OKC, tease Washington, tease Boston together just to get your even money so we don't lose nearly as much if we do lose. And then let's take the Cavaliers -150. And we move on. 2 games left in the NBA. 2 games in the NBA motherfucking A. We have 35 and 35, finally back to 500. The Milwaukee Bucks going to Sacramento to take on the Kings, who are not dope right now. The Bucks have won 9 of their last 11 games. They could be above 5. I didn't know they were above 500 back in January. Apparently they were. Let's see. So I don't like. This is pretty obvious. I think that the Bucks are going to win the game. But let's look at the spread. -205. What's the spread? God damn, I hate this thing, man. I'm pushing buttons like it's nobody's business. -5. Milwaukee -5 on the road. I say, damn, that's pretty likely. Damn. Dude, this is a money line central day for me. All right. we're going to wrap this out with 2 money lines. We're going to go fucking 6 money lines on this day. And just act like we can pick the winners.